could not. I was very bad. My knees hurt. My legs hurt. My legs incredibly in the chin part of the leg would ache incredibly as I walk. My diabetes levels were extremely high. We had, I mean, they were at insulin levels, so it was very very bad. We had my high blood pressure was extremely bad. Uh, health wise, I think I was in the worst point in my life at that moment. So one of the things that happened is my wife is, at that moment I just had met, and one of the great things was that she was a medicinal doctor. So she started like, try to help me get better. And through that, we found different types of companies where we were trying to utilize the products, which we ended up purchasing out and trying to get into a company that we were trying to form together at that point. Meanwhile, what we found the product throughout a friend of ours was called NutraBurst, which is a mutual friend of ours from Jack Fallon and myself put us together. That's how Jack and I met. Jack was trying to look for a master distributor for his company to create a network marketing company. I was looking really just for a phenomenal product, just to add on to the product line that we were already putting together. So we kind of met, we sat down, and then at that point, really, you know, crashed heads where we figure out, what it was like love at first sight. We had the same vision to help people out, so we went forward with this company. Now, um, speaking very quickly though, we took about maybe a year to program the comp plan, the design over to life changes into the system. Into that point, when we were about to launch, I collapsed and I went into the hospital. Okay. When I went into the hospital, the doctors literally had given me 6 months more of life left because they figured out I had a cancer. And I had a cancer right next to my heart. And it was like right between my heart and my lungs. So it's like right there. It could go either way and it could take me out. Very easy. I had another cancer in my stomach, and the beginnings of minor tumors in other places around my body, which was really, really traumatic for us, especially when the doctor says you have 6 more months of life. Now, at that point, he was talking to me, and there was a lot of blah, 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 blah talking when I just got up and walked out of the hospital because I figured one thing. The doctor had just given me one point, and that point was I had 6 months more of life left. If I had 6 months more of life, I had to do something with myself. I had to do something right at that moment. I could not stop. I could not, I had to build because at that moment we had spent all our money building this company. We had invested, between Jack and I, we went 50-50 investing in everything we could so we can have everything for you guys to start running. And as we are moving forward, 6 months later, utilizing the products that my wife had found and we had put together for total life changes, like the Ganoderma Lucidum. We used it with the tea. We used, the NutraBurst. We used various other products, but you know what? Everything started fading, as in the problems that I had medically. The weight started dropping incredibly. I started drinking the tea at a gallon a day. Yes, as you guys can hear, a gallon a day of the tea. I started drinking and I started dropping weight like you couldn't believe. I was not using ACG yet because we didn't have ACG at the time, but we started dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. And within the probably the first 6 months, I lost a total of about 120 pounds, which was pretty amazing to me in the amount of weight and how fast that weight just came off of me. The other point was that I started using the ACG, and throughout that small point, I did lose 30 pounds within 2.5 weeks with the ACG at that point. But yet I could not continue with the ACG due to the fact that I had that cancer, and cancer and ACG really do not mix very well. And I was just afraid that I was going to go to, it was not going to be good for me. Yet it was not, nothing negative happened to me with the ACG, by the way. So, but it was that scare factor that I had that I didn't want to risk. It was all close to my heart. But throughout that fact, I've gone down so much weight, literally from a point that, I can literally tell you it was, my weight was amazing. And for a lot of you who are overweight, maybe you can understand what I'm going to tell you right now. I was literally so overweight that I had to shop at stores that the store was literally, like, the windows were all tinted. You literally had to ring a doorbell, and they had to see who you were before they open the door so you can shop. The worst kind of clothing, literally the cheapest looking pants you can ever find, with that stretchy sides. I was size 56 waistline with a stretch, band on the pants. So just imagine how big that was, and I stretched the whole thing. So it was just tremendous. The shirts they sold there were ugly. I mean, uh, it was like curtains that somebody didn't want, and they made shirts out of them. It was just horrible, horrible, horrible. Um, to the point now that I started losing so much weight, and I remember this, and I can tell you right now and I can remember the day I literally walked into a Costco and picked up one shirt, and I always would try on some clothes, even though I knew it didn't fit me. But this day, I tried on a double X or a triple X shirt. It was actually a triple X shirt that I put on, and it fit. I mean, it fit. You can put the buttons on. It fit. I mean, the buttons were still a little stretched. I mean, it looked like a button was going to pop, but yet it fit. You know what? That excitement that I had, because I could never pick up clothes where everybody else could. And for me to be able to pick up a shirt where somebody could, pick up a shirt, like regularly, like a store or Costco or regular, it was just exciting to me. And a lot of people ask me, how do you let it get that far? You know what? I was sick. And a lot of people can understand. I had just gone through a bad, very bad operation several years back where my gallbladder exploded. I almost died at that point, inside of my body. And it was just, everything just went haywire after that. It was just bad. So health wise, I was not good. And the liver was not good. Everything was not good. My blood pressure was not good. But after you start losing the weight, you can literally start feeling better. Start feeling more energy. You want to get up in the morning. You feel happier. I was telling you that the minute I got one of those shirts and it fit, and they literally closed. You know what? I bought the whole set, whatever I can find, whatever colors they had. I got everything. Every single shirt they had of that size, I grabbed and I took it home and I was excited. Yet my wife at that moment, she told me to take it off because obviously it looked too tight. But yet it closed. And I don't know how much I can tell you how the emotion was. It was like the emotion when I first saw my baby walk. Is that emotion that it was the excitement that, wow, finally clothes are, they're fitting me, normal clothes. That was just phenomenal. And when you feel that, I mean, literally, you can feel it in your heart how your life is now changing. It's a tremendous, tremendous adventure that I've had. Especially right now, we're talking about 5 years later. I was supposed to die 5 years ago, and not only am I still alive, but the last test I had, and I had a full body scan. I have no signs of cancer. I have no signs of diabetes. I have no signs of high blood pressure. I have no signs of aching bones. Nothing hurts. I feel great. And I can tell you 100%, I didn't use no medication. I didn't use no pharmaceuticals. I used IASO Tea, and I used the IASO Gano. I used the IASO Chaga. I mean, I've been using these products, even before you guys had them in the market. A total life changes. It's just phenomenal. I'm in love with what we're doing, and I'm in love with helping people change their lives. That's what we're doing here. That's our mission. And I keep telling people, I've been a multi-million dollar earner since the age of 20 in network marketing. I've earned, my age of 25, I earned $1 million in network marketing and on. I've had a great, great career, but my success is not going to be guided by how much money I've earned, because it's not. But my stories are already written there. My story is going to be written in how many people we help, and we help stay alive. That's what we're here for, and that's what we're here to do. Thank you for the question, Rachel.
Armand, you spoke a lot about the Chaga and the Gano. Can you give us the differences between those? I know we have two awesome products. Can you give us a little bit of the difference on them?
Well, Ganoderma Lucidum, it's extremely powerful product. It's one of these medicinal mushrooms that I can tell you right now. Give me 1 second. There you go. It's one of these mushrooms that really have a huge history. I mean, it's in the Chinese medicine books for thousands of years. It's one of the first products they have. It's a mushroom that has given life to a lot of people. The story goes back to the kings of the Asian culture, how they would survive, and they claim that the gods gave him this mushroom to really protect them and give them life. And that's what it does. It literally gives you life. Now, how Ganoderma lucidum works for you, it's almost like it encapsulates anything that's negative. What it is a parasite, and it's a parasite that eats only the negative ions, the negative, cells in your body. It takes everything negative within your body, encapsulates it, and takes it out. So if you have like cancer cells or anything like that, all the reports, especially in PubMed.gov and everything in WebMD, will demonstrate how powerful this product is because it encapsulates the problems that you have, the diseases you have. They're not supposed to be in your body. It just holds them and starts destroying them little by little as it's taking them out of your body. So it becomes very phenomenal. Now, chaga is a newer found medicinal mushroom, where Ganoderma lucidum was known as the king of herbs. Now, chaga is known as the king of herbs because the fact that it's just 20 times more powerful than even Ganoderma lucidum. Yet they do work differently. It's not like, okay, now let's use chaga only. No, they have their different purposes. One example, the Ganoderma lucidum capsulates the the bad cells, capsulates the diseases, capsulates stuff where chaga crushes them, but it takes their time as crushing. Like for instance, crushing or destroying cancer cells, it takes its time eating it away and biting into it and really taking it out of your body. It will take it out. So I tell people the best way to really live a long life is you taking both of these capsules. Why? Because one will capsulate as the other one will destroy. Now, chaga also is a huge antioxidant. The antioxidant levels on chaga is out of this world. For instance, if you guys have known of the acai berry juice or the noni juice or these the mangosteen juices out there, imagine putting all these juices together and the antioxidants you would match up there between all those three. Chaga will still overwhelm all that with a little bit. That's how powerful this is. So it had so many antioxidants, my friends, that it really it's one of these products that will help you literally fight cancer or fight any of those diseases that any diseases out there. The antioxidants can really push at. Now, the other part about the chaga, it is a how can I say this? It is a DNA rebuilder or a DNA sculptor of sorts. Okay, the DNA within the chaga, it's almost so similar, very close to a human DNA. Okay, and it's not even close to plant DNA. It's more closer to the human DNA factor. So what it does is it comes in and it starts fixing errors within your DNA, like reprogramming your computer chips within your computer. You're just going in and taking out the virus within your DNA structure. That's what chaga does. The most amazing part about this, and looking at all the medical studies that are out there, within, you can literally go through Google and do, like I said, the WebMD and PubMed. The most beautiful part about the chaga is that, let's just say people are losing hair, or and that's part of their DNA. They're losing hair, or you're losing color in your hair because in your DNA structure, you're losing that. right? That part. This starts repairing that. People start regaining color in their hair. They start sometimes growing back hair, depending on how long you've not had it. It starts really putting together, fixing the errors within, like, for instance, cell or cancer cell problems that they're created by genes within families. So it's more amazing than you have ever expected. Now we are soon to see more effects within the what is, chaga. We're yet to see a lot of the great effects that chaga has, because we don't know just yet the power of it, that it's at 100%. Imagine, we just started using it. We started getting great results with chaga. Now, a lot of people, it's, want to know what it is. Is an anti-allergic, is antibacterial, is anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, anti-immune, is anti-tumor, antiviral, is anti-tuberculosis, anti-aging. Imagine, just because of that, anti-aging, I will continue using that. Why? Because, my friends, I want to live to as far as I can, over 100 years old. I do. I don't, but yet I don't want to live on a bed laying down. I don't want to be on a wheelchair. I don't want to be on crutches. I want to be walking. I want to be mounting horses. I want to be running. I want to see my children. I want to see my grandchildren. I want to see my great grandchildren. It's just simple. It is anti-aging. It will help your anti-age. I mean, if you look at pictures of me when I was 425 pounds, and now you can see the difference in age, and I look younger now because of that. And it's in the pictures. You can literally go through my Facebook, and it's timed. You can look at my Facebook pictures from the old times to now. It's amazing what the difference is. It's a blood pressure regulator. It's a cholesterol regulator. It's a blood purifier. It strengthens your immune system. It protects your blood circulatory system. It eliminates parasites out of your body. It's a tonic for your liver, for your kidneys, and for your nervous system. It's just powerful in how it is. It also, the studies on like WebMD and the National Library of Medicine have literally, if you guys can go up there, you can see chaga has been very powerful in testimonials, even personal testimonials that I've seen already. And I've seen it in all these stuff, which is like asthma. You'll find extreme amounts of testimonials with asthma, with HIV. We have 2 people right now, my friends, and I can tell you right now, they've tested with HIV. They have they've had like 20 years or 18 years of paperwork saying they've had HIV, and right now is tested negative, and that is powerful. I mean, I can't speak for other people, so as soon as I can get them on the line, they can speak for themselves. But it is in the National Library of Medicine online, which is PubMed.gov. You can literally see studies with HIV and the chaga. It's just fantastic. Also, it helps diseases like bronchitis. It's just phenomenal. Yeah, or candidiasis or candida, which is a fungus that grows within your tongue and your stomach, especially in a lot of pregnant women or women out there, that are out there. Also, diabetes. It combats diabetes, heartburn, and that acid reflux. It also got tuberculosis. It's very good. Influenza. It's very powerful. It's been studied to fight all these diseases that I'm telling you right now. It's not me telling you. This is the National Library of Medicine. Hawkins lymphoma. He goes sickness with the lungs. Sicknesses with the skin, sicknesses of the stomach. Sicknesses within the your skull. In anything within your skull. Diseases within your heart, or diseases within your intestinal system. So you start finding that what we have with chaga is so amazing, my friends. Literally so amazing that, I'm trying to put it in every single product we have here at Total Exchanges. Why? Because it saved my life. And I can tell you right now at 100%, not only did it save my life, it did take my cancer out, because I was testing cancer before I started taking the chaga. The chaga, it's gone completely gone. And I have my before and after studies, and they're just phenomenal, my friends. Now, the other part is that we have like Fred Herzog, which is a multi-million dollar earner in network marketing, also a great friend of mine. We've been in companies for over 4 years. He's been, with me for a long time. We've been working together a tremendous, tremendous time on different companies. And my friend Fred Herzog, about a year and a half ago, I almost cried, man. I saw him as weak as possible. He got this disease somewhere in Central America where he could not see no more. His vision was leaving. He was so well, I mean, literally well, and I think he either jumped in a pond or did something he shouldn't have. But yet, his vision collapsed so bad that he could only see like 6 inches in front of him. And even at 6 inches, he could not really define who it was in front of him unless you talk to him, which was to me very depressing, very sad. I was crying literally. I would hug him because, man, to me it felt like my dad was losing his sight, because it's somebody that I really, really respect and I've respected for a very long time. Now, I started giving them the chaga because I've had the chaga with me. When we're buying the company and everything, I've had this chaga before I even introduced it to Total Life Changes. But we started feeding it to Fred Herzog, and the more we gave it to Fred Herzog, the better his vision was getting. As a matter of fact, I gave him everything I had at one point, even though my cancer was so strong. I gave him everything I had. And he started taking it. He started taking between that and the chewy that we'll talk about in a little bit. It just became phenomenal. I mean, really phenomenal what it can do. And what Chaga is going to do for a lot of people, millions and millions of people, are going to blow your minds, my friends. Because we're here with not only a unique product, but we're here with a product that only Total Life Changes has at this moment, and nobody else has the rights to Siberian Chaga. Imagine, we're the only company with the rights to it. We are the only ones that have the facility to grab it. We're the only ones that can really get to it and bring it to you. Everybody else can get chaga from maybe Canada, maybe China, maybe somewhere else, but it's not the same. The power of it is not the same. And you can try one and try the other one, and you can feel ours right now working today, not tomorrow, not the next day, today. So, I mean, it's been phenomenal. So, if you ask me about the chaga and the Gano, those are two products that would save my life. And guess what? I'm so grateful to God for these two products because, thanks to Him, I'm still here.
Hello,
Thank you
can
for
you
the
hear me?
question. Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hi, sir. This is Angela from San Diego. First of all, I just want to say thank you for being so transparent and sharing your story. It blows me away every time I hear it. And I just thank God that you're still here with us, because if you wasn't here, then we wouldn't have a reason to be doing TLC today. So I'm so grateful and thankful for you, sir. So, but my question to you is this. I had a customer that called me last night, and her question was, her mother is a senior. She's older. So I think she's like in her 70s or something. She has a lot of health issues. And so she wanted me to speak to her, which I would not be able to help her because I don't know the health, aspects to our products. So what product would you recommend that I would use, recommend to her to use? Would it be the Chaga and the Gano both, or um,
What did
one
she
or
have
the
exactly?
other?
What was her test results, or what did the doctor tell her?
I don't really know because I haven't talked to her. She just says that her mother has a lot of health issues, and what she wanted to do is give her the tea because she's actually a tea customer herself, and so her mother wanted to try the tea, but I know the tea will probably work for her as well. But now that I'm hearing the story about the chaga, I'm thinking that maybe I can recommend that to her as well. So, I mean, is it
Definitely the
safe
chaga.
enough for whatever health issues someone would have?
Definitely. Look, the chaga will help on every single issue that people have. It's like, and I hate to tell you, it's just like miracle products. I don't believe in miracle products at all. I believe that your body's a miracle, and the reason that the products work is because they're tools for your body to really get that miracle going within your own body. So, but I think chaga is it's so incredible that I would tell her to use the chaga and use the tea, both these two products. And if she can use the Gano with it too, it'd be even better. And she's going to start seeing results within the first capsule of chaga and the first cup of tea she takes. It's going to be that quick. As a matter of fact, in a lot of our meetings here in the Los Angeles area right now, Angela, we what we do right now is we hand everybody a cup of tea and a little sip of the tea is it's like a little small cup, maybe it's less than 4 ounces, probably it's about 4 ounces with a capsule of chaga, especially when there's new people in the room, and especially brand new people that've never seen the total life changes. And and what ends up happening is that within that presentation of the products, because usually we don't talk about the business side with new people, but within that 1 hour that we talk about the products, what ends up happening is people start feeling better. You got people who don't have pain, don't have this. They've had respiratory problems, and they don't have it at that moment no more. They don't have pain in their back. They don't have, like the diabetes level just dropped. They're, it's just incredible. So what will happen is, and I can't tell you with precision because I don't know exactly what she has. If I knew a little bit better, maybe I can guide you a little bit better. But the chaga will help 100% guaranteed on a lot of the problems that they actually, most problems, if not all problems that are health issues, because the fact that they do fix your DNA problems that people have and really take out the problems that there are lingering in your body. So it's very amazing to me.
Okay, thank you very much. But is it one capsule a day, or is it are there
Well,
instructions?
if you were healthy, I will tell you you can take 1 to 2 capsules a day, one in the morning, one in the middle of the day, if you figure you're healthy, and that's fine. But if somebody has an issue with health or whatever it is, I would tell them, especially like, for instance, like an example, a diabetic or
Hmm.
or somebody with cancer, I would tell them, you know what, other than the medicine you're taking, I would, you know, implement, maybe 6 more capsules of chaga along with it, a day. Take six or take eight, or take 12. It is an adaptogen, product. So it's not a product that if you take too much, you're going to pee it out or it's going to come out of your body. It's a product that will hold in your body for over 72 hours. So the more you take, the better it's going to be for you. So it's amazing.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for the call and thank you for the question. Anybody else out there with questions? Please speak up.
Armand, there's a couple of questions out in the group chat. Two questions. Can chaga be taken if you have high blood pressure? And Sabrina Dix wants to know what products would you recommend to someone who has MS?
Okay, if well, let's start with the high blood pressure. If you have extreme blood pressure, the chaga will regulate it, okay? But it will spike your blood pressure at the first jolt of chaga. So you got to remember that. If you have really high blood pressure, it's going to jolt it up, and people sometimes get scared with the chaga when that happens. So I would tell people start using the Gano because the Gano will control it, and then start using the Chaga afterward. That way, you won't get so scared if it spikes because it'll be controlled at that manner. But yet, Chaga will regulate it completely, and it's just amazing the way it works. Now, with MS, I'm telling you right now, Chaga works amazingly. You can use with Chaga. I will tell people, take at least 6 capsules a day with the Chaga, another maybe 4 or 5, or maybe even 6 capsules of the Gano, and with tea, and you're going to see an amazing effect with that. I mean, you're going to see it today. It's going to be pretty good. Who's there? Anybody else?
Here's another question that's coming in on the group chat. What products would someone take if they have ADHD or ADD? And that's from Sabrina Dix.
Okay, if they have any of those two, I would suggest to you the NutraBurst because of the amount of minerals that it has in the product. Because a lot of those issues come from lack of minerals, especially with the ADD. It's lack of minerals within your cerebral cord. So it's very important for the minerals to start coming in. So I would use the NutraBurst. You're going to start seeing a big effect with it. Also, the Chaga would be amazing because the antioxidant levels that are within the product, and that's what they need is antioxidants and minerals at that point. Okay. And I would use a tea, by the way, along. When I tell you use something, is the tea works with everything. So you use a tea and then use the NutraBurst also. Okay.
Okay, another question that's coming in on the group chat. Someone had said, does the NRG work great for that also? And how many Chaga or Gano a day would someone with high blood pressure take? And is it safe enough for a child to take also? Those questions are coming in from Debbie IASO, Martha, and Sabrina Dix.
The NRG, can you repeat the NRG question?
Is the NRG, will it work well also for high blood pressure?
No. NRG, you cannot use it with high blood pressure. It is an energy product. It will speed up your blood system. This is like I tell people with high blood pressure, I would not be using Strike Up, and I would not be using IASO Love, and I would not be using NRG. Now, I know it affects people because I had an older man that was sitting in one of the, he was about maybe 75 years old, sitting in one of our meetings, and we're talking about the products and what the products do. And at the end, he wanted to see if he can get a sample of Strike Up, but yet, the man had cancer and he had high blood pressure and he had all these things. And the first thing I can tell the man is, if you have high blood pressure, I would use Gano to regulate it, and then the Chaga to really put it into perspective, to really, really straighten it out, take it out. And then after you're healthy, then you can use the NRG. But other than that, I would not even be taking anything that's an energy product, even coffee, if you have a high blood pressure.
Armand, I do apologize. The question actually was, can NRG be taken for ADD and ADHD? And if so, how old of a child can you give it to?
No, and no, and no, and no. You cannot use it for any of those, and you cannot give it to a child. I mean, literally, NRG, the way it works, it is natural and it does work naturally, but yet it is a booster. And the last thing you want to do to anybody under the age of like 14 is to use something like this on them, especially if they have like ADD.
Thank you.
So what you do need is the NutraBurst. Next questions.
Can you give us a little bit of information? I know you talked about Jack Fallon was the originator with our NutraBurst. Can you really expound on the NutraBurst and what it does for our bodies and what it looks for in our bodies and what it doesn't look for?
Well, NutraBurst, the way it works is, I think, is an ingenious product because, let me put it this way. We all know the life companies, the Herbalives, the OmniLives, even those companies, they have all these bottles and jars of different, products. There are minerals, there are vitamins, there everything that's good, and they're great products, by the way. I'm not bashing on any company. I do think they have fantastic and phenomenal products, but yet this is the problem. If you try buying every single one of those products, or you go to the GNC store and buy every single one of the products they have, you're going to be spending $2,000 to $3,000 a week in products. Yet you do not know, because your body does not have a something like a computer. They'll tell you what's wrong. You don't know what's wrong with you. You don't know what you need. You don't know what you're lacking. So you start guessing. Let's just say you feel a little weak. You go, well, I need a little B12 to pump me up. Well, you know what? You don't know if you need B12. B12 is expensive. And if you go buy a bottle of B12 for $89 and you're just taking it because you think you need it, guess what's going to happen? You're peeing it out. You're peeing money out every day. You're throwing it away. That's what's happening. And what NutraBurst does is it puts every single vitamin, every single mineral your body has ever needed, everything, puts it together in 1 tablespoon. It makes it work at a cellular level because it's very compact. And then what it does is your body is the one that chooses what it needs. So at $10 a week, you get everything that's in GNC. You get everything that it's at your at Herbalife. You get everything that is, all those vitamins and minerals at that Omnitrition or whatever it is. And you take that 1 tablespoon, and now your body is the one that's going to select what it needs, and it pees out what it doesn't. So you don't lose that money. You're not losing $3,000-$4,000 worth of product. You're getting it all in one shot. Now, it's the most fantastic part about this, let me tell you, is that not only is it a phenomenal product, which is what is NutraBurst, but what it has in it is just amazing. It has all the enzymes your body needs, even digestive enzymes. It has everything, every single enzyme that is out there. You wouldn't even think of looking for enzymes, which is a necessity within your body. And you wouldn't even think of looking for it if you were to walk into a GNC store. That's the last thing you think. Maybe you'll look for a vitamin C. Maybe you'll look for a vitamin D because those are popular. Maybe you'll look for a B12 because that's a popular one. But who goes in and says, you know what, I need some enzymes? You know what I'm saying? You don't have it. And you need it to process food within your body correctly. So this gives you all the digestive enzymes you need. It has 72 minerals within that tablespoon. 72 minerals are the highest caliber. It has 12 herbs that your body needs. It has antioxidants. By the way, that 1 tablespoon of antioxidant that NutraBurst has more antioxidant than 2 ounces of juice of noni or acai berry. That's how powerful this stuff is also. 22 phytonutrients that it has in it from fruits and vegetables. It also has 13 amino acids inside. And it has 13 green foods like asparagus, wheatgrass, spirulina inside of it. It is 98% absorbed. It absorbs 98% into your body, into your cell structure directly. It's something that is amazing in the way that works because it was created really, and it has won awards in years because what it does. It really neutralifies your body where it needs it. As a matter of fact, I'm telling you right now, if you feel your nails are brittle or thin or they break a lot, start using the NutraBurst. You're going to start seeing your nails growing all thick. You're going to start, they're going to look healthy. You look at your skin. You're going to see the difference in your skin, your kid's skin. It's going to be amazing. You know what? Your kids don't even, most kids don't want vegetables. Have them 1 tablespoon of this is equivalent to about 10 salads a day. 10. How many of you eat 10 salads a day, just regular salads? None of you. I can tell you. Maybe one out there, and that's just one. But imagine everybody taking 10 salads a day of nutrition automatically with all your enzymes, all your minerals, all your herbs, all your antioxidants. That is just something that is phenomenal. That's why Jack Fallon had such a great product for over 14 years. This thing was selling out of his garage of his house. When he started the company, this was the flagship for him. Why? Because it was just that powerful. And let me tell you one thing. Every single product here at Total Life Changes could be its own company. Every single one of these products can be its own MLM company and make millions. We can create a company on like the Strike Up. We can create a company on the Gano. We can create a company on the Chaga. We can create a company on this NutraBurst. They're phenomenal products, every single one of them. And you will see the effect right away. You will feel great right away. That's how powerful this is. And by the way, right now we are in the process of creating a second NutraBurst. You heard that right. A second NutraBurst. So we have a NutraBurst right now that is gold in liquid. You're going to see it. But we have one that's coming out that's going to be darker. Maybe it's going to be like dark green, almost black green. But it's a lot more plants in it, a lot more organic plants that they're full inside. It's going to cost a little bit more money, but yet I think the effect of it is just going to be phenomenal. We've looked at it. As a matter of fact, some of you might have already received one, by the way. We packaged it by mistake with the label of of NutraBurst, and we have shipped a lot of them out there by mistake as NutraBurst. But so if any of you got some and you can see a darker liquid, that's the newer one, by the way, and it should be more money. But you guys got it at the same cost as NutraBurst because you know what? I guess we goofed and you guys gained, but enjoy it. And you guys will notice that the flavor is good. Everything is, I mean, it's a little bit bitter because it is all 100% organic plants and more green plants in it. It is a little bit better, but you guys will fall in love with what we're doing, especially at laboratories. It's just there. We're always looking up how to kick it up a notch. What's the other product?
The other product, well, actually, it's a question from the group chat. Jorge and Patty would like to know, do we have something for neuropathic pain that's caused by HIV medicine?
Yes. And what you can do with, especially with the HIV and well, any pain, it's not even trapping into just HIV. Any pain, especially anywhere, even if it's bone or muscle or anything, the chaga is very good for that. Yet, if you want some instant gratification, you got to go to the IASO oil. IASO oil is this product that is just so phenomenal. It helps you with like acne, you know, with you know, it takes wrinkles out incredibly out of you know your. It makes your skin feel a lot smoother, like a baby skin. But other than that, it takes pain away from all these pains, even headaches, even pain, muscle aches, joint pains, arthritis pains, inflammation within minutes. So I would just put this stuff on, and you guys will find something that is phenomenal. I mean, people with eczema or even fungus on their foot or stuff like that. This IASO oils is incredible for that. Pain is tremendous for it. I mean, it's one of those painkillers that is so natural and it works now.
Armand, since you're talking about the IASO oil, can you expound for us on how the IASO oil differs from commercial oils or lotions that are out there? And also, can IASO oil be used for, say, glaucoma or eye diseases or even indigestion?
Of course, we've had actually an issue very close to that today. All you got to do is put it around your eyes for the glaucoma, and just not in your eye. Remember that around your eyes, it will absorb, and you will start feeling a lot better after that, and you will start you will start noticing a lot better everything around you. Um, it will take its time and its toll depending how long you've had it, but you will start noticing differences right away. Now, about the IASO oil and what's different between everything else and everything else that's out there is that the IASO oil is designed, and it's the only oil, by the way, that can be absorbed by all the layers of skin that we have. Usually, the best oil that you can buy out there in the market, maybe at the Macy's, at the Neiman's Marcus, or whatever it is, you can buy very expensive oils, $300-400 a bottle, but yet it will only be absorbed three layers tops into your. This absorbs in every single layer. It's the only oil that will do that. It will absorb all the way through your nervous system, your bone structure, and it will absorb completely through your body. Is just incredible. The reason I'm telling you this is because IASO oil is exactly the same kind of oil that our bodies would produce before we were 24. That's the reason we start aging, because we stopped producing this oil. Remember when we were 24 and younger, we looked the best in our lives. Remember when there was no wrinkles, there was no lines, we looked phenomenal, right? Why? Because at the age of 25, we stopped producing this oil that our body produced. And it's little by little, it starts, how can I tell you, the aging process starts. IASO oil, literally, if you use it every day on your skin, it is the fountain of youth. Your age will be defined 20 years less as soon as you start using it. You will notice the differences in just looking at pictures. You're looking at the mirror. You know what? This takes wrinkles out. It makes your skin a lot better. It makes you you. And that's the most phenomenal part about this in the way it works.
I have a
That is
question.
Go ahead. I can hear you. You go ahead and speak out your question.
Okay, my question is in reference to the coffees and hot chocolates. How do they work versus the tea?
Okay, those are totally different products. As a matter of fact, the 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 coffees and the chocolate, I call it an introduction product. What I mean by introduction is introducing chaga and gano into people, because a lot of people, you tell them about chaga, people will say, "What is it?" It's a mushroom. People will say, "I don't want to try it." I mean, to be honest with you, when I first heard of Ganoderma Lucidum, and at the very beginning it's a mushroom, I says, you know what? I don't eat mushrooms. I'm sorry, I'm not going to have it. Nobody wants a mushroom. A lot of people will not even get close to it. But when you start introducing it as a coffee, people will start feeling all the negativities of coffee going away. For instance, acid reflux going away. People that have anything negative within their body. For instance, high blood pressure, or even like as an example, uh, cancer, or diabetes. You start seeing differences right away. The reason for that is that the chaga starts working, the gano starts working within your body, but it's only a small sum. It's 100 milligrams in every cup. Yet sometimes people will never for remember to take their capsules, but you will always never forget to take your coffee. So that's why we introduced it in the coffee form, because coffee is coffee, and if you can drink it and you cannot forget it, maybe it's the best way to take it, the product. But yet, I still recommend the capsules over the coffee if you're looking for health benefits. Now, if you're looking for a healthier coffee to live on, this is your healthiest coffee in the world right now. Why? Because no matter how much caffeine this has, it's better than non-caffeine coffee, because you won't have the caffeine effects with this product, because it gets neutralized with the Gano and the Chaga within it. So it becomes something very, very powerful. As a matter of fact, let me just tell you a little bit about our coffees. Okay. Our coffees, we have, and we're working on a few other flavors right now. But remember all the aspects of chaga that we talked about. It's antioxidant, it's antibacterial, anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, is tumor, antiviral, anti-tuberculosis, anti-aging. It helps your blood pressure. It's a regulator for cholesterol, purifier for your blood. It strengthens your immune system. It protects your heart. It eliminates parasites. So all this stuff within the coffee is phenomenal. But yet we added cordyceps to it, which is another fungus that you guys need. It is really helping. It combats addictions. It's an ally to your circulatory system. It helps strengthen your immune system. It helps strengthen your respiratory system. It reconstructs your digestive system. It's a tonic for people who are a chronic tiredness. They're always tired all the time chronically. It helps you with this. It helps properties that are inflammatory in your bodies. It also tonifies your sexual energy. It's just a phenomenal product. And that's within that same coffee. Now we added Gano to it. What's Gano do? It's antibacterial, it's anti-candida, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, anti-tumor. Is a regulator for your heart, your blood system. It's a cholesterol reducer. It's a sugar moderator. Is a cardiovascular system. It betters your heart system around. It's a tonic for your liver. It's a tonic for your kidneys. It helps take out metals from your body, especially the heavy metals. Don't you put all these three together and you put it in a coffee form? How phenomenal is that? So you're giving somebody real nutrition. As a matter of fact, I would give the chocolate to the kids every morning. You know what? It'll keep them alive better. It'll keep them healthy. It'll keep them from getting sick. It'll keep them, it's just a phenomenal product. And you know what? It'll keep them with energy. They'll think better. They'll absorb information better at school, and they'll remember a lot more information at school using that chocolate. So it's very, very, very powerful. Did I answer your question?
You did. I appreciate it. And I have a follow-up question to the NutraBurst discussion. What would be the recommended dosage for a child with ADHD? Would you give them the full recommended amount, or would you give like a half dosage or something?
No, no. I would give them the full recommended amount, the 1 tablespoon. But you know what? Um,
Mm-hmm.
Anybody with that condition, or let's just say you have a common flu. Let's just say you got the flu today. I tell a lot of people to drink the NutraBurst this way. Grab a 16-ounce bottle of water. Drink 1 gulp of the water. Put in about a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons of the NutraBurst. Shake it up and drink it throughout the day. It will enlighten your life completely. People with the flu will feel a lot better. People with any other problems will feel a lot better really quickly. So drink it with the water. The children will love it, and if they don't like the flavor of it, just skin their Kool-Aid. They'll love it.
All right, good tip. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the call. Next question
Hi.
out there.
Yes.
Go
Thank
ahead.
you.
I can hear you.
I wanted to find out on the Total Life Changes magazine, it's got the telephone number for South Africa. When is South Africa, when will it be put on the list? Or when are we going live in South Africa?
Right now in Africa, we're in Ghana right now, already opened up. Other than that, we're working on the rest of the countries within the continent of Africa. We're trying our best to get everything out there, but the regulations are very tough, especially because a lot of companies have gone into Africa and really destroyed the concept of, they try to abuse a lot of people with the products they had and try to make a lot of money and run. So it's very tough to get in there, but we're trying our best to get in there as fast as possible. We want to be in Africa as fast as possible because I do believe in Africa, especially in that whole continent, especially in South Africa, they need our tea. And you know what? The faster we can get it for them, the more people we can help and save their lives.
Okay, thank you. So the phone number that's there for South Africa, what is it for?
I do not know the magazine you looked at. It might be a distributor magazine. It might be a distributor number. We do not have a magazine published by the company. So I would suggest you go to totallifechanges.com, go to, about us, and then click on the country that you want, and you can find Ghana there. Click on it, and it'll give you the numbers to the office and everything.
Okay, sorry, just one more thing. I apologize. It's probably not a magazine, but it's the what we get on email that talks about the
Okay, okay, okay,
director.
okay, okay. I understand.
It's
Yes.
got the
No,
list of
that is this.
companies.
No, that is IASO Live, which is this call right now. All the
Yes.
calls from IASO Live. That is the number. That's your local number from South Africa to call into this call. So
Oh, I
if you would have
see.
used that, yeah, that was the local for South Africa line that we have. Okay, that way
Okay.
this you would have come up right now in this call instead of using it online.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, and thank you for the call. And I'm happy to hear from South Africa.
Mhm.
Any other questions?
Hi, this is Cheryl Colquitt from North Carolina. I
Cheryl,
have a
how are you?
question. I'm doing well. I have a question about the NutraBurst. Is it safe for anyone who is taking blood thinners?
Yes, it is. The only product that is not recommended for blood thinners is Ganoderma Lucidum. Only if you are taking one blood thinner, and that is to get the name exact. I'm sorry, it just slipped out of my head.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
Copy. Jesus. Um, I do apologize.
That's okay.
We have it's one blood thinner only that you cannot use, and it's called if I can. I'm trying to remember right now. I will remember, and I do apologize. I will come back to your question after, but I think it starts with a C. The name of it is I just don't remember. But that's the only blood thinner you cannot use with any other products because Ganoderma
Cumin?
Lucidum
Is it
really thins out
cumin?
blood also. Yes, it is. Coumadin. There you go. Coumadin.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great.
I-
Okay,
If you're
and
if you're
go
using
ahead.
Coumadin by any chances, I do recommend you ask your doctor for another blood thinner. Then you can use our products. Coumadin is the only one you cannot use with Ganoderma Lucidum. I do suggest though that you try using the Gano because it is a natural blood thinner and it sometimes and most likely works better than the Coumadin itself. So
Okay. And my next question, are we available in Brazil to do business?
we're not at the moment. We're not open in
Okay.
Brazil at this moment. We do have an office in Brazil, by the way. We are a legal company in Brazil at this moment. The only thing we are working on right now is legalizing the products. We do not want to go live into Brazil into everything is legal 100% because we don't want to have the problems that other companies had coming in where they get kicked out a month or two later because they were doing something illegal. So for that sake, I think of defending what Total Life Changes represents around the world, we are working on that, and I think Brazil should be coming up legally and 100% open by February if everything goes right. So we're right around the corner from that.
Okay, and my last question. um, there's a new weight loss coming out the first of the year. Now, what will be the difference between that and taking the other products? Would you experience more weight loss with this new product that's coming out, or what?
It's well, we're testing it right now here locally in California. As a matter of fact, we have a lot of people that we've tested it on. We've chosen people that were thin and people that were young. I mean, the youngest has taken it. It's 11 years old. The we have a couple 16-year-olds. We have 18-year-olds. We have women. We have men. We have obese people. We have thin people. We have all gender. I mean, all from everything. I mean, we try to we try to be as biased as possible so we can get an actual read of what the product can do. And in all the read that we have done is that the new product, which is IASO Resolution, it's going to blow your mind and it's going to blow everybody's mind the way it works. Why? Because it works at a different level than even the ACG or any other product that is out there right now. Even the shakes, even the I can give you a list of a different type of weight loss products that are produced around the world. But what makes this one different than even the ACG that we sell? Okay, you will lose the same amount of weight. You will lose the same amount of weight, maybe a pound to 2 pounds a day. The only difference is with this one, you can do exercise. With this one, you can eat more. You don't have to do 500 calories. You can eat, I've been on it. I've been losing a pound a day, by the way, and I have not really done a diet. I've been eating normally, and that's just amazing to me because I cannot believe I'm losing weight eating normally. So it's amazing. Do have in the last week alone. Uh, Everybody lost a minimum 8 pounds in one week from one Thursday to the other Thursday. So as of yesterday, we had the one that lost the most was 16 pounds within 1 week, which is the same levels as ACG. Again, the only difference is that you're going to be able to eat more. You're not going to be constricted to a diet that people can't do. You're going to be able to do it very easily. You're not even going to think twice about anything. The only thing that it will give you is that morning sickness, that feeling that you have when you're pregnant. It will give you that feeling if you touch or eat any of the foods you're not supposed to. Okay? So if you eat anything with sugar, if you eat any chocolate, if you eat anything with bread, I mean anything that is breaded or bread or anything made out of flour, you know what? You're not going to have a fun time. And if you eat it once, because you know what? Shame on you. If you eat it twice, you're going to be throwing up. If you eat it 3 times, you deserve it, right? So we're going to train our body and really not to want to eat this food. And I'll tell you one thing: I felt sick one time this week because I ate what I was not supposed to, just to test it out. And now, um, somebody just offered me a Haagen-Dazs ice cream with chocolate and some nuts and stuff. And I looked at it, and just by the look of the chocolate on it, my stomach cringed. I mean, so I know it works now because I love that. I love that positive. Even right now, thinking about it, I'm getting hazy right now. So it's it is powerful, and I think that's the one issue that everybody misses when you're trying to lose weight. Everybody's trying to not be hungry. Everybody's trying not to eat. Everybody's trying. That's why there's a rebound in every other diet that's out there. The reason this is going to work so well is because not only is it going to take your cravings away, or it's going to take the stuff that makes you fat out of the question. It's going to literally help you incredibly with the willpower to really surpass what you want to get to and get to your goal weight. And that's what it's amazing part. You know what? I'm a guy who loves a lot of great food. And you know what? I go around the world. I eat a lot of great stuff. I can't imagine not eating anything that I don't love. But guess what? This week has been just phenomenal because I could not eat more than I can, and I could not eat anything that I shouldn't. And you know what? I'm losing a pound a day, and I'm not even trying. And that to me is just fantastic. So if you ask me what's the difference, the difference is this is like having a coach next to you, and you're not even trying. So it's going to be very, very powerful.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you
Armand,
for the question.
Angela Timpson has a question for you from the group chat. Her mic is open.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, my question is, how effective is the Renique and the face pill?
Well, the Renique is very effective, but
Hmm.
obviously, I want to tell you if some people have deep, deep, deep craters in like in what the lines are, then it won't show as well. It is a product that is designed like a Botox, so it will work very powerfully that same moment that you start using. But yet, it's not a product for daily use. So people have to remember that it's a product that you're going to use for tonight, one example, and you're going to go out on the night with your husband or with your significant other, and then you just went out to a party or you went out wherever you want, but it's going to work for a night, and then you're going to rest up. It's not going to it's just going to let it go. And then if you really want to take care of that, the line expression, especially the expression lines and the wrinkles and everything, IASO oil is the product for you. Every single day using that will take it away now. I mean, it's just amazing. Yeah, but Renique is that moment gratification product that people want.
Oh, okay. So what about the pill? What is that all about?
The pill, and I'll be very honest. I was very against the pill coming out, and not because it's a bad product. I just still don't believe everybody knows how to use it correctly, and it can cause some damage because it is an acid, by the way. What the
Right.
pill does, it peels off your first layer of skin that comes, that so that way you have the smoother skin on the bottom. So you will need some sun lotion or something to protect you from the sun for a couple of days, and then you'll look phenomenal. But yet, it's a product that I believe it's more for the professionals out there that know how to use it, and not for
Right.
the person who's trying it for the first time. It's you gotta really sit down. Even though our peel is very light, so it's you can do home parties with it and stuff like that. It's one of those cautionary products that what it is acid, and you're putting acid on your face. So it's just be very careful. And I think you'll have a great effect with it. You'll love it. But yet I have not for the life of me. That's one of the only products I have not used personally. Not because I don't believe in it, but
Right.
you know what? I love me, and I couldn't stand if I have a little a stain or something. you know. So I don't know. I know a lot of people have used it. They're very happy with it. Everybody is complimented us about the product, but yet, you know what? I cannot tell you I'm a professional at that, and I cannot, for the life of me, ever get to put it on somebody because I would not. I'll be very afraid.
Right. Yeah, because I was kind of leery of it too, because I have a friend that actually she does the face peel and she goes and gets it done and it costs like $200 to $300 for her to, but when I see her, her face, just like you say, her face is peeling for days. And it's she's always scratching, her face is really dry. And but she says that she's not supposed to add oil and stuff because it will irritate her skin and her face will be more redder than it already is, and it takes days for it actually to peel. So yeah, I understand that. So yeah, so that was just my question. I just wanted to know. I mean, me personally, I probably wouldn't use it either, just like you, because
Now let me recommend your friend something. The IASO oil she can use. As a matter of fact, one of the things. Oh, just it's fantastic you brought this up. By the way, the IASO oil. By the way, it's it should be in everybody's first aid kit because if you ever have a flash burn, like a real heavy burn, an oil burn from cooking or anything like that, can leave a serious mark or even bubble your skin. Right? IASO oil, if you put it on automatically after the burn, you know what? It'll relieve it. It will not leave a scar. It would be perfect. You will be fine. And you know what? It relieves burns. It relieves. As a matter of fact, as a if you have any cuts or severe cuts, let's just say a really deep wound where you need stitches, put the IASA oil on it and a capsule of Gano on top of that. You know, mix it together and put it on. You know what? You're gonna find that's gonna seal it up faster than any stitch out there. And as a matter, by the time you get to the doctor, it's sealed. You know, it works really really quickly.
okay.
Um, Now the other point is this. Let me and this just because you brought this up about the facial and the creams and everything. Um, I want to recommend everybody something, and you're going to be very, very, very amazed by the way it works. Get the IASA oil. If you have no IASA oil, get some very, very, very. I say there's some water out there that's called flower water. You know it, but it comes from rainwater or you know or something like that or very purified water but very little bit you know but or in olive oil even better. Okay, but if you do not have IAS oil, use IAS oil if you have it because it works even better this way. And then add 2 capsules of Ganoderma Lucidum, our Gano. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to mix it together in a petri dish, and then you're going to rub it and make a face mask with it. You
Mm,
put this face mask on and you leave it on until it dries. It's gonna harden like a rock and it's gonna start chipping off. You leave it until it dries. I mean, we gotta look ugly before we look pretty, right? Before we look beautiful. So check this out. When this thing is gonna because it's gonna look ugly. You're gonna be on your face. You can take this off. Your skin's gonna feel so beautiful. Because remember what the Gano does? It capsulates and pulls. It's a parasite to anything that's negative. It's going to clean your face, all the pores. It's going to do so much. It's going to be the best facial you've ever had in your life. That good. Okay.
wow. Oh wow. Okay, so good. Thanks for answering those questions. But can you just cover the strike up and the love? Can you tell us what that does?
Phenomenal. Strike Up is not that blue capsule that everybody talks about. You know, it's not like the it's not Viagra. Okay, so it's not in the same even caliber of capsule. Viagra does one thing: it takes blood from the back of the head all the way to the other head. Well, I don't want to be rude, but basically. And what it does, it brings a lot of headache to a lot of people. A lot of men have a lot of headache, and sometimes it hurts very bad in erection with the Viagra. So what this is it works at a using your own body, is not using much of the blood system. What it does is it goes in and uses your it uses like your sensibilities. It uses the feeling, the touch, everything. It becomes an amplifier of sorts of everything you've ever desired. It gives you desire, it gives you stamina, it gives you everything you need for that night. Now, the beautiful part about the Strike Up that it works for 72 hours, but yet it's not 72 hours like marching, like a soldier. It's 72 hours that you take the capsule, you can go out, go to dinner, go to do the whatever. But when you're ready for that, it'll work for that. It's just that simple. Okay. IASO Love is the same way. It's a product that is connected to the female hormones, and what it does, it elevates everything that the female will feel. As a matter of fact, it will wake up feelings that have not felt for a really long time. A lot of people that have used the pill will tell you, as soon as your husband or touch your arm, your hair, your hair behind your neck will stand. You'll get those goosebumps again. You'll get those butterflies flying in your stomach. You'll feel so fantastic. It just amplifies everything. And I like to tell people, it's like the very first time you loved it. And that's what it feels like. It's just phenomenal, and I think everybody who's ever used it will continue on using it. As a matter of fact, most people do not know this, but yet Strike Up is the second most sold product in Total Life Changes, except nobody uses it. Nobody says they use it. Nobody knows they use it. Nobody's trying to, but it sells the most. Everybody has it. As a matter of fact, it's the second most product on auto ship. And we know that, but yet most people won't even, admit to it because it works so well. Now, I don't want to put somebody on the spot, but Rachel, are you on, Rachel Small? Are you on the line?
I am.
We were having a conversation where, you tried the capsule, you and your husband tried them. Can you tell and give your testimonial to everybody? Is that okay?
Yeah, all I can say is, wow, we've been married for 10 years, and I had a surgical procedure done 10 years ago that, as a woman, you get turned off. It's like birthday, holiday, anniversary, we're happy. But really and truly, we decided to try this product. And let me tell you, all I could say is, wow, everything Armand is saying, it literally happens. My husband and I both laid there in the bed going, well, is anything happening to you? He said no. I said no. We asked each other 3 times. The third time I kissed his neck, and all I can say, ladies and gentlemen, it was on. And the stamina was there, and literally my husband would not allow me to sleep with him for the next 2 nights. He kept kicking me out the bed, telling me he had to go to work. The product works. So I really, really highly recommend it to anyone, whether you're having those problems in the bedroom or not. It's just something that just really adds to it, and it really turns back on all of the romance, all of the love, all of the affections, everything that you are feeling in your body. It just brings it out in 3D to say it is an awesome product. Thanks, Armand.
Phenomenal. Thank you for that. And I'm sorry for putting you on the spot. I don't know if you wanted to tell people that, but it was a perfect timing, Did we answer your question on the IASO Love?
Absolutely.
Phenomenal.
I want to
I would suggest exactly. I suggest everybody out there just order one time this products, and you know what? You will never regret it. I'm telling you, it's one of those that, wow. You don't have to tell anybody you're using them, of course. We always keep it hush hush. Unless you're on the conference call and now everybody knows Rachel Small used it, but yet it's a phenomenal product. Try it once and you'll never stop using. That's why it becomes one of the most powerful selling products out there. Next question out there. Thank you very much for the question, by the way. Thank you. Next question out there.
Armand, we have a couple of questions from the group chat. Debbie IASO actually has 2 questions. One is, what would you use for someone with nocardia? And her second question is, all our products good for people that are gluten-free because a friend of hers has celiac disease?
Yes, our products are gluten-free, by the way. They're 100% organic. Especially the which is Chaga, the Gano, the NutraBurst, the tea. So you can't there's it's phenomenal. Now the question about the disease, or I do not know it well, so I could not really answer you. I will study a little bit on it, and I'll ask my wife, which is a doctor, and I think she would be the best one to answer that question. I have no clue about that, so I apologize.
Okay, thank you for that. And also Martha, too, on the group chat is asking the question about IASO oil. Is it good for ingrown hair?
Yes, it is. It's not only good for ingrown hair, but it's also for a lot of scalp diseases that we get. It will help. A lot of people who have dandruff, it'll take dandruff away. It really works very well. But yes, ingrown hair, it would work very nicely. Yes.
Armand, can you talk a little bit about the Tachui for us?
Sure. We're going to talk a little bit about the chewy. Give me 1 second. Let me pull up. The chewy basically is a product that is, I think, it's the one of those underdog products that people do not even realize how powerful it is yet. 'Cause, people are not talking about it much. But the chewy basically it's a form of algae, basically, that's in the ocean. That is, it's a spirulina of sorts, but yet there's many forms of spirulina out there. So we cannot, and we don't want to even put it in the same bracket as spirulina, but yet, the FDA made us label it as spirulina because that's the only thing they had for it. But tichui is tichui. Okay, it's very, very different than even any other spirulina out there, which it's 70 times every capsule is 70 times the pound of meat in protein automatically. So it's a natural protein that is very, very powerful. It has a lot of minerals. It has a lot of vitamins in it. As a matter of fact, the chewy, what makes it spectacular is it's like the world's perfect superfood. Okay, well, what you're going to find out about the chewy, which I think everybody will love, is that if you were to just take the chewy in water a day, you can survive over 30 days. Let's just say there was a disaster and all you have was a chewy in water. You could survive over 30 days with no food with just a chewy. I mean, your body will be fine. Your muscle structure will be fine. It will be just phenomenal. Now, if you're looking for a protein so you can work out and show muscle definition and grow muscles, the Tichui is the workhorse for it. I mean, literally, it will help you gain muscle strength and muscle weight very, very quickly because it is a very powerful protein. Did I answer
That
your
is
question?
wonderful. That did. Thank you so much.
I
Phenomenal.
have a question. This is Scott in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
How you doing,
Um,
Scott?
I'm doing awesome. I appreciate your passion and your knowledge for these products. I'm a product guy. I love the details, and you really, really have helped me out. Um, the question I have is for people with fibromyalgia. I've done, a little research, and I know that Gano and Chaga are sort of recommended in these cases. Can you say if there's any other products that we have that would help that condition, but also maybe shed a little light on whether Gano or Chaga would be more effective?
Well, the most powerful one would be Chaga for it. It definitely is the one. It's the product to use for that. I will suggest Gano along with it because I mean, I think it's a one-two punch that people need, especially for any disease out there. And not only that, but anything out there. Um, Other than those two, what other products I think would work for it? I think the NutraBurst would be an ideal, and the tea. Those four would be just phenomenal. You know, combating that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and thank you for the question. Thank you for being on the line.
Armand, we have Antoinette Hines who has her flag up and has a question for you.
Sure. Let me get Antoinette. Where's Antoinette? Is that Pam?
No, Antoinette Hines.
I do not see her on. Hold on a sec. I got her. I got her. Okay. Yes, your mic is open, Antoinette. Go ahead. I do not hear you. Okay, Antoinette, I can read your text. Can someone use ACG or IASO resolution if they are taking gabapentin? Okay, yes, they can. Okay, one of the things you have to note, and even you can use both, by the way, even if you had a heart condition, even if you had any really bad, if you're using medication out there. The reason you can is because it works on a totally different level. It works with it doesn't work physically with your body like a diet capsule will or other things. The ACG is hormone based, one example, and reaches glands that only hormones would. So it works totally different. But if you can use it, yes, you can. And that was from Angela, the question. And now Antoinette is, um, Antoinette, I cannot, your mic is open, but I cannot hear you. Is your mic unmuted on your side, on your end?
Here's her question. Her mom suffers from a total of 5 autoimmune diseases and periodically has to go to get her blood cleansed. What product would you recommend for her?
Oh, this is beautiful because you know what? We have a lot of people like this. You know what? Immune busters would be the Chaga and the Gano. I would be using the Chaga especially. I would be using the Chaga about 6 to 8 capsules a day, and I would be just blowing away with what is the tea. Between those, you're cleansing yourself every day. You're gonna find she has an ecstatic moment when she goes to the doctor, and it's gonna tell her that wow, it's just phenomenal the change that's been happening. As a matter of fact, they're gonna say that the medicine they're giving her is what's helping her. Watch.
This is Scott in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Again, I have an additional question. Someone is not able to be heard, and so her question is: Are we going to be able to find out the ingredients of the ISO resolution?
Yes, we are. As a matter of fact, as soon as we will release it, we will publish the ingredients. There will be a portion of it that is going to be as a formula that is going to be named as a formula of total life changes, a secret formula of sorts, that we're allowed to keep under task. But the main ingredients we will put up so you guys will know what it is. Yes.
Thank you so much for that. And then I have one other question, which in Fort Wayne, we're about to have pretty soon the Beautiful You tour show up here. And obviously the big question I've been getting is, when will we be able to sell the garments? Is there a set date yet?
No, there's not. We're trying to push it for maybe Houston, for the Houston event, maybe launching that. That's what we're working on at this moment. It's not a problem on selling the garments yet. It's more of the computing the system. So it'll work with our system. So it'll run very well what we're planning to do with it and how we're going to announce out and how it's going to pay out and everything. That's more of the delay.
Gotcha, I understand. And then I want one additional question. Again, people have inboxed me questions because they hear me talking to you. Do we have anything that helps with seizures?
Yes, the NutraBurst completely. Seizures are also a lack of minerals within the body, and your body crashes at that point. NutraBurst, as a matter of fact, not only with seizures, but people who've had, um, just really heart attacks, or have come out of a comas, and this stuff is really well. We've helped with NutraBurst with a lot of different types of people and a lot of different type of diseases, and NutraBurst would be the one for them to go with.
Thank you so much again.
You're welcome. Thank you for the questions. Okay. Any other questions out there? Yes, sir.
Armand,
Yes,
can
ma'am.
we switch?
Go
I
ahead.
think we have a question.
Go ahead.
Armand, can we switch channels and talk a little bit about back office and commissions?
Definitely. And I can answer any questions you guys want, and no matter what it is.
All righty. Of course, new people join all the time, and there's many questions about business packages coming in at the $1,500 level versus $1,000 versus $500, and so on and down the line. Can you just expound why it's important to come in at those on those bonus packages and what they do for a newly enrolled representative and the person that sponsored them?
Well, I usually teach what's the 5 steps to success, a system that I've grown, very simple system that I've grown always for people to really have success within their body. As a matter of fact, the comp plan was designed, I designed this comp plan using the 5 steps to success that I've always used. So if you use the 5 steps, you will hit on every single bonus that's out there. You'll hit multiple bonuses very, very, very quickly in your business. Now, why the packages? Because in the 5 steps, I talk about number 1 is product, and number 2, let's say, is prospecting. Number 3, just so if you guys were taking notes, is follow up. Number 4 is sorting, and number 5 is duplication. But we'll go back to number 1 is product. Why do we need product? Because this is a business, number 1. I know you can come in with $40, but yet guess what? If I was recruiting you today and you asked me to recruit you with $40, I would not recruit you with $40. I would not. I would keep you in my customer list until you're ready to grow the business. Why would I do that? Because $40 to get you into the business pack, but guess what? It's going to set you up for failure. Because if you come in with $40, you don't have product to share. You don't have product to have. And if you think you're going to grow a business just on word of mouth, it's going to be very hard. I'm not saying impossible, but it's going to be very hard. And you know what? I think my name or anybody's name as leader means a lot, in this business. So by you failing, we fail, and I don't want you to fail. So I really would prefer people to have like a $1,500 box of just tea, one example, not even the mix pack, just tea. Why? Because we're going to teach people how to prospect today, not tomorrow, because you need to make money today, not tomorrow, not the next day, not a week from now. You need to show money in your check, and you need to show money on a week-to-week basis. You need to be showing people that you're making money. Why? Because if you're not making money, it's not being exciting. People are not going to be excited to do the business. Who's going to want to follow if you're not making money? So you got to show them that we're going to make money. That's what this is about. And when I suggest why the $1,500 pack, for various reasons, as we're going to grow the business and we're going to grow it quickly, the $1,500 pack has a 17%. Well, actually, it's a 12% plus 5% on the binary. So it gives you an extra 5% on top of director status. It automatically gives you director status. So you start making a 12% plus plus that extra 5 that we're going to give you because you bought the pack. Plus, it's going to give you the 50% check match on the first level, 10% on the second level. You know what? That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal money coming out right now. And for a lot of people who have not seen like a check match money or any of those bonuses hit, that's good money. And that's what we're trying to teach people. Now, when we're going out there and prospect, if you have no product, You're not going to go out there with brochures only and have them order it through online. You know what's going to happen is most people will order it online from somebody else. If you're giving somebody a brochure, you have to have products so you can recruit them on the key right now, in front of you. That's what this is about. One great example is if we had a hot dog cart and we only have 4 hot dogs because there's only 4 packs of tea in the month of tea. We only have 4 hot dogs, and we had lunch and we ate 2 each. We have no more. Where's the business? There's no business. Any good business out there will have product, and we have to teach people to have product with them. As a matter of fact, the leadership, especially where I go, the key leaders that I have here in Total Life Changes. If I walk into an area and I ask and I said how much product you have, every single leader will know they must have at least $200 worth of tea on them. It's just that simple. You must have it because it's what you're going to use to grow your business. It's that simple. It's a business. It's an investment for you, for your family, for yourself. That's what it is. Plus, on top of all that, by the way, it's 100% guaranteed. Okay? So not only is it 100% guaranteed, but you know what? If you're not happy within 30 days, you can send it back to the company. You're not going to lose your money. But we will do some great things with it. Okay? Next question out there?
Tracy from Tampa, Florida. I wanted to know, as far as like the online marketing systems and things of that nature, are those still in existence?
I know they're working on changing them for the garments right now. So you will see them back, but they're going to be more attached to the garments than it is to the tea and all that stuff. So you will see that. Did I answer your question?
Armand, on the commission. Armand, on the commission structure in our back office, can you expound a little bit about what WLV is versus our left leg volume, our right leg volume, our personal claims, how that all works?
Very easy. Let me see if I can find a graphic real quickly on a PowerPoint, so that way it'll explain to you a little bit better. I think it'll be a lot easier. For all you who are on the phone, well, actually, let me just explain it. I mean, just instead of looking through all these PowerPoints, it's very simple. We have left leg volume, right leg volume. That is the volume on each of those legs in your team. As a matter of fact, everybody who's purchasing under the, how much quantity of product each of them are buying. Now, you get paid on the lesser volume leg. Now, if you're looking at in your back office and you're looking at how much volume each side has, the one that has the least amount of volume is the one you're going to get paid at the level you're at. For instance, if you're a director, you're at 12%. If you're executive, you're at 14%, and on and on and on. Now, the beauty to the comp plan is that, there are very different points where you can make a lot more money, especially in other bonuses. But yet, what's a binary right now? And I'm looking I'm sorry, I'm stuttering a little bit. I'm looking for the PowerPoint as I'm talking, trying to get it out so I can literally show you guys, because I think it's more of a visual than just talking, because I think it explains it more. Let me see here. And I hate to turn on somebody's back office, so let's see. Yeah, because then they're going to say, why is my back office up there? Well, let me put that question aside as I look for this PowerPoint, and let me try to answer that toward the end. So let me ask another question as I'm looking through this. That way we're not wasting some time.
What's the shelf life of our IASO tea? It tends to kind of taste different after maybe about a week or so. What would you say the shelf life is for it?
If it's not made yet, years. If after it's brewed, I don't think it will last more than a week. It will start changing. It's still good, but yet it starts fermenting very quickly, because it does not have any preservatives in it. It's 100% organic, so it will start fermenting. Even though it's still good, at that point, but it does change the taste a lot. Yes. Um, I don't know people as a matter of fact, most people that I know, the the week of tea will not even last a week. Because as a matter of fact, like myself, I drink almost a gallon a day of the tea, and I mean, I don't think, especially I have, the amount of tea I take, I don't think, we were making it every single day. So, and we're making several gallons, for my kids and myself and my wife. I mean, we love the stuff. So, um, I know a week worth, you start getting those floaters looking bubbles in there. So, yeah, I don't think it'll go more than a week.
Thank you for that. Can you also talk about a little bit why some people experience headaches or diarrhea or pains in their right and left side when they first start taking a tea, and what you would recommend that they do in those cases?
Well, the tea is one of the best detoxes there are out there. And it's not like the detoxes that you buy in other companies, which is basically a detox that is very heavy or very bad for you, because that's why you can only do it once or twice a year. This detox that we have is so suave. It's a daily detox. It's a daily cleaner. It's a daily purifier for your body, which you need it. I call it a filter for your life. Why? Because what it does. I mean, we all eat those greasy foods. We all eat the great stuff. We all eat, deep fried French fries and all that good stuff. You need that filter. We all breathe in air that is, from, air in cities that, have so much smog, especially, I don't know if people know, but cities like Chicago, cities like Houston or LA or New York, people are living 30 years less, even though they're super healthy and they can run the marathon faster than anybody else. They're dying quicker because, the toxins that are in the air. And that's what this does. It cleanses that out. It cleans you out of all those toxins within your lungs, in your blood system, in your respiratory system, in your digestive system, in every single one of the organs. Now, a lot of people feel, not a lot of people, but very small amounts of people, and this is less than 1%, will feel pain on the right side. Usually when it's a pain on the right side, it's tapeworms in their pancreas or gallbladder. It's just that simple. And the problem to that is that, people, they're there because it's so warm and there's not that much food going through, and they love it there. It's like that home. But yet when you're drinking the tea's trying to pull them out. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to grab onto the walls. That's the pain you feel. And what I recommend for that is very simple. Take more tea, take it more concentrated, take it warm, take it hot. Because if you drink it hot, it kind of stuns them, and it helps you flush them out very quickly. As a matter of fact, if you look at the stool when you go to the bathroom, and you're looking at the stool in the toilet, you're going to see bubbles floating up. Those bubbles are definitely parasites that you're taking out of your body at that point. Now, most people will laugh and maybe say, "I don't have parasites. I'm healthy. I clean." No, no, no. We all have parasites. You just don't know it, or you have not realized it yet. As much as we would love to think we're all clean of them, everyone has parasites. You get parasites from the water we take a shower in. You get parasites from the meat we eat. We get parasites from the vegetables we eat. There's parasites everywhere, and you just don't even know. You can wash a lettuce so well, it'll still have eggs attached to the leaf, and then they'll hatch within you. You know what? It's there. Meat. Humans do not. I don't know if you looked at our teeth. Our teeth are flat. Human teeth, they're flat on the top. Why? Because if you look at animals in the forest, for example, and they have flat teeth, what do you think they eat? They eat plants. They eat veggies. You see the animals that have the pointy teeth, those fangs. What do they eat? They eat flesh. They eat meat. They can digest meat. We don't have the structure to digest meat, unfortunately, but we started eating it thousands of years ago, and we love it. We're not going to stop, right? But the problem to that is that even though we are trying to flush, trying to eat and process the food, it takes 3 weeks for meat to process out of your body. So what happens? You leave 3 weeks meat in a trash can. What starts coming out of your trash can, especially in the middle of summer when it's hot? Worms. right? That's what you're going to start seeing. If you look at a normal stomach right now, you're going to see that it has millions and millions of worms, especially if you eat meat every day. It's just that way. And we're going to have to flush them out. That's what the tea does. It's just cleaning that system out. So you're going to have pains on the right. It's going to happen. Some people are going to have them, but guess what? Just take the tea, take the tea, take the tea. In less than a week, they're going to go away. But guess what? You're going to feel better. That's what that's about. When you have pains on the left, usually it's your colon tract. It's pinched on one corner like a hose. When you pinch it, it stops. The water. The same thing happens with all that weight of feces that we have stuck with. We call it the intestinal sludge that we have within our intestines, and it's so heavy that it's carried. And at one point, let's just say you're trying to push it out with the tea, and it's pushing, 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 and all of a sudden it gets pinched on one corner and it gets stuck. That's the pain you feel. The pain is that intestinal sludge trying to get through that corner. Once it goes around that corner, you won't feel that pain no more. But guess what? You're going to be amazed at what you take out of your body because it's scary. I mean, it's just that powerful. So anybody who has pain on the left, I really do suggest you take it warm, you take it hot, and you take it more concentrated, and you will see it work very quickly, and you will see the effect very strong. Okay?
What about the headaches and the diarrhea?
Well, diarrhea comes from also that pinched intestine. When your intestine is pinched and there's liquid going through because you're trying to push this matter out of you. You're going to have this fluid come out of you. It looks like diarrhea, but it really is not diarrhea. So they always confuse it with diarrhea. It's basically the tea coming out, but yet there's nothing else coming out with it. Why? Because it's stuck. So once once you keep taking the tea and that pinched part of your intestine opens up and everything is released, you'll be perfectly fine. No more diarrhea, no more anything else, and you'll see that. The headaches, it comes with any product that you relieve toxins from. Some people will always feel the headaches because it's just because when you detox, your brain, your head, everything within you and your nervous system will start to react differently, and it's good. And it's just a matter of a side effect that of feeling great, because it's just going to happen for just a little while and it's going to go away. As a matter of fact, headaches don't really last even over a day, so that you should be fine. Any other questions?
Can you talk about how IASO tea affects beer bellies and belly fat?
Well, IASO tea really helps like belly and belly fat in a way that it takes all that grease and out of your blood system, out of your pores, out of everywhere. When it starts detoxing, you're going to find that when you go in your urine, and you're going to have a lot of grease as you're going number one, and you're going to start seeing that. And some people are amazed by that. And as the more of that you take out, obviously, you're gonna that belly is going to start, getting decreasing and going away. Especially what we call, I'm gonna remember the name because I have it in Spanish, but and I want to apologize to everybody because English is my first language, by the way, and I've been speaking Spanish for so long now and I could not speak a word of Spanish 5 years ago, by the way. And I've been forced myself to do presentations in Spanish and everything that now I'm, now mumbling through English. It's to me, it's incredible. But, one of the things that you're going to feel is, and you're going to relieve yourself when you start getting that weight out. And a lot of people mistake that belly fat as belly fat, and it's really not. It's that intestinal sludge that's within you, what we're talking about. And most people have between 5 to 40 pounds of intestinal sludge within their body. Okay, and these are sludge that is attached to the walls of the colon tract, and it's there, and it's going to keep growing. Some people see it, and some people see it as cute, but it's not. Some people see it as like a beer belly. It's not. It's a lot of like feces attached to the walls. When you take that out, one of the things that you're going to find is that you're going to take a lot of weight out. You're going to a lot of belly is going to go it's going to go away very quickly. Why? The more of that stuff comes out, the thinner you're going to start feeling, and it just works out well. When people start saying, you know what, I lost 5 pounds in 5 days for $10 a week, you know what? They're not. It's not really 5 pounds of fat that you lost. It's 5 pounds of something you had in your colon tract. That's all it is. And usually you have about 40 pounds of it, and it will come out within the first month. Guess what? 40 pounds is a lot of weight, and you're going to see it if you start using the tea a lot often. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you. Armand, Dana is in our group chat, and she has a few questions. I believe she's newer to the business. Her first question is, when you buy the tea for $40, does that mean that you're part of the business? And if it doesn't mean you're part of the business, she wants to know, what do you need to do from there, because I think she's a little bit confused as to what's going on and how that works.
Well, here's the good part and the bad part. The good part is you are part of the business. If you have an IBO number, not a customer number, an IBO number, you are part of the business, and you can get into the business for $40. I would not recommend it personally, because you have no product. I mean, the $40 worth of tea, you used it. You have nothing to really do the business with except for word of mouth. And unfortunately, if the more word of mouth you give, they're going to go online first to find out what's going on and what it is about, to do a little bit of research, and they're going to buy from the first person they find online, and you're going to lose that sale. So that's why I tell people you need to have product. How much product? Well, I always recommend $1,500. Of tea to everybody, but yet I understand that sometimes that's a lot of money for a lot of people. Perfect. You don't have to invest $1,500, but you have to invest what you can in tea. For instance, if it's a $500 pack, perfect. If it's a $200 pack, perfect. If you want to go less than that, I don't suggest it, but there's a $100 pack of tea that you can get also. But I'm telling you right now, you should have a 200 or over pack, because that way you have enough product to prospect people on a daily basis on you all the time. Did I answer your question? I'm sorry.
No problem. Angela Tenson has a question also along the same lines. Can placing an order each month work the same in regards to being qualified instead of having an auto ship?
Can placing an order each month the same as being qualified instead? Yes. The only qualification you need as on a personal level in your personal spot is $40. That qualifies you to keep your active your spot, your business your business center. Okay? Now, to activate your binary, you need somebody with 40 points minimum on one side active and another guy at 40 points on the other side active, personal to you. Now, if you only had 40 points yourself and you don't have nobody on the left or somebody on the right with 40 points, it still activates you for that 50% customer bonus. It still activates you for everything else that we have at Total Life Changes, except for the binary. So you're very open to everything else, and it only needs minimum of 40 points activation. So it will work fine. Now, I suggest a little bit more. If people hear my millionaire plan, because I have a plan to make $1 million in this company within 12 months. And it's, we usually talk about that on the Tuesday call, the Power Hour, that we have on the same channel right now on IASO Live. But this all you have to do basically is, and I teach people how you can make $1 million as everybody only just purchase a certain amount of product. So it's very, very simple. I hope that answered your question.
Also, oh my goodness, hold on one moment. They're coming in like 4 or 5 at a time. Hold on. Sabrina Dix would like to know, do we have any products that are good for thyroid issues?
Yes. I would suggest to her the ACG, by the way. ACG, even though it's it's not, we use it for a diet purposes, right, to lose a lot of weight. But actually, ACG is a hormone. It's a real hormone, by the way. And one of the things that the ACG does is it was created actually as a as a product to help people have babies, right? And so it's very dangerous in that point. So if you're using ACG, you can end up pregnant pretty quickly. So watch out too on that. But the ACG, when you take an ACG, since it's a hormone, it also regulates a lot of the hormones in it. If you have a thyroid problem, you're going to find that it will help very quickly. Now, that's a momentary help. You will need the Gano or the Chaga, and you'll see that it's going to help your thyroid very quickly.
Thank you, Armand.
No problem. Next question?
We're waiting. I think someone's typing one right now. Give us one moment.
No worries. I'm right here. I hope all of you are enjoying this, by the way. I am. I love really, I want you everybody to know that if you guys are ever on Facebook or anything else, please come down to IASO Live, the Facebook page. Hit a like. It's a semi-new page, so there's not a lot of them. But and ask the questions. Get informed. Stay in touch with what the company is doing. So it's like www.facebook.com/IASO Live. There's a lot of leaders that are on that page. All they're there for is to help you grow. It doesn't matter what team you're from or if you're not connected to those leaders. Or you know what, we have one company, one heart, and your success is our success. That's what this is about. It doesn't matter where anybody's from. It's a one family deal right now. Okay, so always remember that. And everybody is welcome to that. Now, also, if you have any questions for me after this call, if you would like, you can go ahead and send me messages via Facebook, my personal page. For the life of me, I'm trying to answer. I hit the limit about over a year ago on friends in Facebook. Actually a couple years ago. So I had right now over probably about 4,000 people on a wait list to get on as a friend, and I'm trying to get, take out people that are on other companies to be, it just takes too long. If you can like my, I just put in a public page, which is just my name, Armand Puyolt, and just send me a message, or just send me a message to my Facebook page, even if we're not a friend, or just say, I will answer every single one of you, by the way. I do answer everybody. You have an open door policy with the presidency here at Total Life Changes, because we're family, number one. And I believe that if you need our help, we should be there for you. So whatever we can do, I will be there. As a matter of fact, if I'm going to have very soon, I'm going to start creating an agenda where as soon as I get done with this tour with South America and Central America right now, I want to tour a weekly. I want to do weekly meetings for all of you, anywhere where you guys are at. I want to show up to your weekly meetings. So I would really love to know where you're having them, where you're at. When it is. If it's a weekly Thursday, weekly Wednesday, weekly Tuesday, and I would really enjoy showing up to one of these events and watching you guys do the magic. Because it's about you guys, not me. It's about you guys, and I really would love to be there. So remember that we're part of the family, and I want you all to really feel that way. If you ever want me there, I'll be there, and I will always be there for you guys, because, like I said, we're here for each other. Okay. Any other questions? Did they finish?
There are two questions. One has to do with the compensation plan, and it has to do with volume. They would like to know, can you tell us the difference between product volume, how it applies to us, and group volume, and how we're paid on it?
Okay. I've heard a couple of conference calls from some of the leaders out there, and I know there's a little bit of confusion on the comp plan, especially on the volume part. And let me explain something to you. And I'm going to explain to you the comp plan the way it was written and the way I wrote it, okay? You get paid 50% on all customer orders on the points that you buy. For instance, a tea is 40 points. It's $40, but it's $1 per point, so you get $20 back, right? But you're getting 20 points back. That's what you're getting because we pay back the points at $1 a piece. But if you go get a Ganoderma Lucidum, it's only 40 points, and you're paying a lot more than $40. You're only getting $20 back. You see what I'm talking about? So you get paid on the points of the products. So it's very important when you purchase products that you know you are hitting those 40 points on each one to qualify it. So that's one. And I hope that answered the question because I think that's where people are a little bit mixed up. Some people think it's the dollar amount, and some people think it's they don't know why they get paid a lot less than they were somebody said online or something. But it's the points, okay?
Armand, can you also expound on how that works when you enroll, such as if you enroll, say, for a $200 or $300 package, and then maybe later you come back and buy the $500 package? How is that paid out, and why is it to our benefit to go ahead and do the higher packages when we first enroll?
Perfect. Just give me 1 second. I'm turning on this presentation right now in English. I think if I can turn this one on, it's a go. I think it'll explain it very cleanly to a lot of people, especially if you're online right now. Okay, here we go.
Armand, while you're doing that, we just want to again thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to spend your evening with us and just instilling all of these nuggets into us. It's so appreciated.
Not a problem. That's what we're here for. Okay, here we go. Let's get this. Okay, I think this is going to explain it pretty well. And we're going to use my PowerPoint here. Okay, let me put it live so people can see it, and I'll explain it very fluently so also people understand it, or no matter if you're on the phone or not, because I know that's important too. Okay, I hope you guys can see that. There you go. Can you see that right there?
Yes.
Perfectly, thank you. Okay, we're going to talk about right now the hybrid binary. You have a right and you have a left on this binary that we have. So we're going to go, it's almost going to be like a presentation of, a very quick presentation, but yet it's going to be very defined. So you'll know what we're talking about from now. We have a binary system which is very different. If you're looking at the binary, you see two legs. You see your left and your right. Most people, most companies have more than two legs. That's why ours is called a binary, with two legs. So the beauty to this is the third person you bring in, you have to put them underneath the right or the left person. Whatever that third person makes helps that person, even though they don't know each other, in the middle, who they don't know each other, helps them make money. And between them to help you make money. So we keep growing and we keep getting better. Okay, it's a group effort the way we're growing. The short leg is always called the pay leg. The long leg is called the power leg. It's just that simple. That's what the binary is, a simple binary like every other binary out there. What makes ours a hybrid binary is that we have a third leg. This third leg, we call it the customer list. And this customer list keeps on growing no matter who you're putting in or you're prospecting into the business. Everybody here in this customer leg, you're making a 50% customer bonus every time somebody buys the product. Customers have the same cost of product than you do. There's no wholesale, there's no retail price. So it's very simple. You get a person as a preferred customer into the business, they're going to buy at the same cost as you, but you're going to make 50% commission every time they buy for life. The beauty to this is that it's like a holding tank. It's a holding tank as you are going and sipping through these people and figuring out, and you're sorting, seeing if their people they want to be distributors or not. If they want to become a distributor, you move that person into your pay leg after that fact. If not, you leave them into your customer leg. Let them keep buying product at that price, and you keep earning a 50% commission on everything and all the points they keep buying. So That's the way that works. From there, all the volume on your customer leg will flow into your pay leg. And then you start getting paid a 10 to 25% bonus. I know that the screen says 30, by the way, but that's the levels after the 25, by the way. We have 3 more levels after executive ambassador that we have not shown in the PDF. So the PDF says 25 because it only goes to executive ambassador. Go to global ambassador, you get 30%. But I would suggest everybody talk about 25%. You guys are looking at something a little bit ahead of the time. So 10 to 25% on the binary. And you get 1% if you hit executive ambassador of everything, all the volume on the power leg that has been holding there for a very long time. So if you hit that rank, you get that 1% cashed out at that point. So it becomes very, very powerful. From there, you get 50% check match on every single person. There's no limit how many people you can bring. There's no limit how much money you can make. Every single person represents 50% check match. That means if your first person is only making $40, you make $20 off him. If the second person is making $100, you make $50 from him. If the third person is making $1,000, you make $500 from him. If the fourth is making $20,000, you make $10,000 from him. Here's the beauty to this, by the way. How many of you have recruited people into a business? Okay, and recruited people into the business to the point that those persons have outgrown you, and because they outgrown you, or they've grown faster than you, or hit ranks higher than you, you lost them in another business, right? Because they fade away, because you lost, they became bigger than you are. Okay, in this business, let's just say you're just a director, okay? You're in that first check match position, the director, and you recruited one guy who went nuts, like Ulysses Alanis on the call, who was a national director, okay? And as a national director, making $5,000 to $7,000 a week, he blows you away. But yet, imagine he's making $8,000 a week. Now you're making $4,000 check match, even though your regular binary is only $100, $120. Isn't that cool? Because you get to check match every single person, no matter how high they go, no matter who they are, no matter how powerful they get. You brought them in, you get paid. That's you. That's beautiful. Now, second level commissions come like this. Let's say Rachel is recruiting, and everybody she brings in, if she was direct to me, an example, she's not, but if she was direct to me, all her second level generational people, I would get paid a 10 to 50% check match on. That's 10 to 50%, all depends on the rank you are. 10% is director, 20% is executive, 30% is regional, 40% is national, 50% is global. And so the higher you go, the more of the percentage you get on that second generational bonus. So it becomes very, very, very cool. Okay, so that's the actual meat and potatoes of the comp plan. Okay, so did that answer your question?
It does, Armand. Thank you so much. And then Sabrina did have one question. She said she was told that once you have 5 weeks or so, or you can lose your rank as director. And I think this really is directed towards when you purchase the $1,500 business business plan.
Every time you hit a new position, like say a new rank, okay? Every time you hit a new rank, we will give you that rank for 5 weeks. Okay, you have 5 weeks to maintain that rank or to get that rank up there again. Okay, that's what it is. So you got 5 weeks to get that. We will, like, say you hit director today, officially, you will have 5 weeks at director status automatically, and so it'll give you 5 weeks to get to that position.
Is that also where the WLV comes in on the top plan?
You know what? I do not know of the W. I don't know that phrase or those initials just yet. I would have to look at it. Off the top of my head, I don't know what that represents.
The WLB, the definition that I had on it was that it's a rolling total of the 4 weeks that you are at a certain level, and it
No, no,
allows that.
that's the rotating retention for the rank. We will see the way that works is basically very simple. When let's just say you hit executive, which is 5,000 points today. The next week you hit 2,000 points. Then the next week you get, let's just say 2,000 points. We will use the extra amount of money or the extra points that you have past 5,000 or the previous weeks that you have not used toward you getting or maintaining that balance. So if you have one week, between the 3 other weeks, it'll maintain it and you can maintain that rank. So it's a way to retaining the rank a lot easier. That's all.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions out there?
Armand, I think we've about exhausted the questions. So I have one other one that's coming in over the chat. It was one that you had answered regarding the fibromyalgia. Debbie IASO says that her cousin has colitis and ulcers for years, along with muscle spasms. She's unable to sleep due to a fibro fog that's giving her constant pain in her neck, shoulders, and back. And I think you had addressed that with the IASO oil and the NutraBurst. Can you reconfirm that for us?
Well, the IASO oil will do great for the spasms and the muscle pains. I would recommend for the ulcers the Ganoderma Lucidum. It really works very, very well for that. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you know this, but the IASO oil, by the way, also works for ulcers. And you can actually, if you want some instant gratification, just go ahead and put some on your tongue and swallow, or put it on your salad and eat it. You can. It's edible, by the way. So it works very, very well. I would use the Ganoderma Lucidum and the tea. Okay, you'll start feeling a lot better really, really, really quickly after that. And the IASO oil for the pain on the spot.
That IASO oil does work well for indigestion. I took your advice on that. 1 drop on the tongue, and it worked instantly. That stuff is amazing.
It does. It really does. I think it's one of those recruiting tools that people need to have with them at all time. I think everybody needs IASO oil in their purse or in their pocket every day. I carry it with me everywhere because everywhere we're talking to people, you always find people that have arthritis and their hands hurt, or you see them making a fist, or or pumping their hands, when they have some pain, trying to move it, or massaging their hands. You'll see that all the time. And when you see that, all you do is look, offer them a couple of drops of this on there and tell them to put it on. They keep talking to them, and after you talk to them for a while, it says, "How does that feel now?" And they'll be amazed because the pain's gone. And you know what? A lot of people pay a lot of medicine for pain, and this stuff is like instant. It'll work in 10 minutes or less and take that pain away from like arthritis or inflammation of any bones. Those people will be your customers for life. And literally, it's one of those great tools on you all times.
Do you think we'll ever get a larger bottle of the IASO oil?
No, we were talking about that actually just last week ago. Jack and I, we were really considering having a larger bottle. I do feel that all ERs should have a bucket, buckets full of this stuff, because anybody comes in with severe pains or severe burns, you bathe these people with it, and you know what? They'll be perfectly fine instead of having all those scar tissue everywhere. So this is just a phenomenal product. I think and I've told you this, and I've told everybody this, it's the fountain of youth. You want to look younger? Use the IASO oil. You're going to find how powerful this is.
That is the truth. Here's one last question, it looks like. Are there any contradictions for the Gano for people with high blood pressure? I have a client that started and became lightheaded whenever she took it, so she stopped taking it because it always happened. She actually ended up in the hospital.
No, and that has nothing to do with the Gano, by the way. Whatever she was taking along with the Gano, that was what did that. The Gano actually for blood pressure, it would regulate it, and it's a really great regulator on the blood pressure, and it works very fast. As a matter of fact, people who have high blood pressure, and I was one of those. As we were talking about my past, the Gano regulated it really, really quickly. I think it's. I'll be honest with you. If it wasn't for the Gano, I'd be dead right now. And I give my life for this product because what it does, especially in that part. I mean, I lived that, high blood pressure part, and I know what it can do. Um, I think is a godsend. I thank the Lord every day for it, um, because what it really does is amazing, and people just have not realized the power of this. But we have it in this company. We have it to use. We have it to help a lot of people. I think that person should have just continued on using the Gano, and would have been very amazed of what it could do for her. Yeah.
She said, "Thank you very much. This is really awesome."
No, no, thank you very much. Thank you, whoever wrote that question. I appreciate
That
it.
was from D. Montes at MSN.com.
Thank you very much.
Armand, I don't see any new questions coming in on the group chat. If Ulysses has any that have come in from IASO Live, as of right now, I think we are all questioned out. But many people are giving us feedback that this is great. They're learning something new every time. I'm sorry, here comes one more question. Oh, they answered the question regarding the gluten-free. We got that one answered for them. So great. We have no new questions, and people are just giving us great feedback that this is the most awesome call. They learned so much on this call. And again, thank you for taking your free time away from your family to do this for us. We are just in awe with all of the information and how it can help us to grow our businesses.
Well, to me, this is time with the family. That's what we're doing right now. And I think the more we learn together, the more I'm not a person that I'm going to tell you I know everything, but I'm a person that I'm willing to learn. And I get questions all the time that I may not know the question to, but I will find I will find the answer to it. And it happens all the time. I think the more we learn together and the more people are involved together, like here at Total Life Changes, and the more questions that are asked out there, I think the more powerful we become because we learn more as we're growing together. And I think if, as a base, we're growing and we're learning more, I think it just makes us stronger. And if I can input any of the information that I have for you guys and help you grow, I mean, that's the least I can do for you guys. And you're welcome. I mean, I will continue on doing these calls, to keep growing your companies as it is. Remember, this Total Life Changes is not Armand Pujolt's company. It's not Jack Fallon's company. It's your company, and you have to believe in your heart it is, because it is. I mean, this is a distributor company, and you'll never see anything like this. I mean, it's just an amazing, amazing, amazing stories we're going to build here, and I'm here to build your stories. So I'm really happy for everybody who's on the call. I think that every question makes you guys more powerful, and that's what we need. We need more leaders. We need more names. We need more recognitions. We need more people growing in this business. Why? Because you deserve it. I think every single one of you deserved it, and deserves to get better, deserves a better future, deserves to give everything to their own families, and have their kids at the best schools, and have their kids, that just having the best stuff around, and being able to give them what they want, and having the Christmas tree full of presents, and all that stuff. That's my dream for all you. I want you guys to have success. And whatever I can do for you to have success, we're going to do it. And I'm willing to do it. Like I said, I'm just part of your family. That's all it is. And I'll do anything I can for you, always.
Thank you so much for that, Armand. Someone just slipped one more question in, and I'll put this one with it also. IASO oil for breastfeeding, is it safe enough to put on the nipples during breastfeeding, as the baby might also be ingesting that? And I'll piggyback that question with this. Is IASO tea safe enough for pregnant women to take?
Oh, that's a phenomenal question. Now, yes and yes. Now, IASO oil, let me just tell you this. IASO oil is so good, and I keep coming back to IASO oil because the questions just keep coming back, and I mean, I'm in love with this stuff. So I'm sorry if I am so ecstatic all the time, but IASO oil is a product that you can use on newborn babies. You can use on babies. It's a better oil than the baby oil. You know that they use. It's uses on their skin. It'll protect them. It'll make them feel better. It won't give them the rashes you see sometimes. It's a better oil than the diaper creams that are out there. You know, for when do they get those diaper rashes and stuff? Use that for them. You're gonna find how powerful this is. Then the tea. Can pregnant women drink the tea? Yes, they can. I would not suggest it though. Why? Because if you are pregnant, you're breastfeeding, or you're breastfeeding. I'm sorry. Uh, the baby does not need the detox. But if you are constipated and you're pregnant, I would suggest just take a glass, or a couple glasses of it. But you don't have to use it on a daily basis. I wouldn't suggest it. I mean, um, I hear people using it all the time and they're fine and they're okay with it. But I don't think the baby needs it, and anything that that you're giving the baby at that point, I think it's focus on the NutraBurst better. If you're pregnant, focus on nutrients that your baby can have, like the Chewy. Those are great products that babies should have, and if you can be taking those when you're breastfeeding, or you're even yeah, or you're pregnant, those are phenomenal products. They're even better than the pregnancy pills that people, those pregnancy vitamins, the prenatals vitamins that they have. This stuff is great, and what you're going to feel is you're going to give life to a a baby that will be so healthy with this, because it's just, you're giving it life, you're giving it health, you're giving it what it is. See what I'm saying? I hope I answered the question. Did I lose you guys? Rachel?
I'm still here.
Okay. I'm
This is
sorry.
Amy.
Did I lose everybody? It all got quiet, and I said, you know what? Maybe I'm the only one here now.
I think y'all, yeah, we have a few people still here with us.
Phenomenal. Oh, no, I see a lot of people still on the line. Any other questions? I'll stay as long as I need to.
Will the replay of this call be available soon, or how long will it take?
I'll try to put the link up as fast as I can. Probably as I'll try to get it up as before tomorrow. So
Okay,
we'll
thank
do our
you.
best.
Thank you.
Definitely. Any other questions out there? My good man, National Director Lisa Lanise is telling me that everybody now is ordering Strike Up and Ass of Love and downlines. So it's good. I can see it worked already. Phenomenal. Well, I want to thank everybody who's on the call. If I don't have any more questions, you know what? I think the best time and the best gift you have given me, all of you who are on the call, is your time. I really do appreciate it, and I thank every single one of you for this opportunity really to speak together. I wish always we could do this in a room, where we're all together and literally see each other's faces and maybe give each other a hug, because I'm a hugging person. I would really, really love that. But this is the best form. I think we can reach everybody around the world, and I do appreciate every single one of you. And really consider yourself as part of this family, because you are. Total Life Changers is not a machine that's creating just people that are business people here. We're creating family. We're creating something that is united, and we're a unification of a lot of people around the world for a purpose, for a cause. We're here to create a legacy of change, my friends. And I do appreciate every single one of you. Thank you very much for being on the call today. I want to, God bless every single one, and God bless this beautiful company, Total Life Changes. Thank you for being on the call.
Thank you.